Let's go over these practice problems for the 2-1 to 2-4 summative test review. So for number 1, we want to write the inequality for the graphs below. The first graph, it's shaded to the left, so we know it's going to be less than, and it's an open circle, meaning it's not equal to. So x is less than 3. The second graph, it's shaded to the right, so it's going to be greater than. It's a filled in circle, so it's going to be greater than or equal to, because that means that 0 is included in the possible solution set. For number 2, which is number 7 on your homework, on your test review, we first want to distribute -3 times -2 plus x. -3 times -2 is +6. -3 times x is -3x. Now we want to collect variable terms to one side of the inequality and the constants to the other side. I personally prefer to collect variable terms on the left side because it makes it easier to graph that way. So first we'll subtract 3x from both sides to be able to move that positive 3x over to the right. We want to move this term to the right side. When we do that, we have 6 minus 6x is less than 6. It's a lot of 6's. Now our step is we want to collect constants to the other side of the inequality. So we're going to subtract 6 from both sides. So we're left with -6x is less than 6 minus 6, which is 0. Keep in mind, we want to keep solving this inequality until x is isolated, until x is by itself. So right now we are multiplying x by -6. So we're going to divide both sides by -6. And it's that step there that makes it so we have to flip our inequality symbol. So we get x is greater than 0. Greater than, so we're going to shade to the right. For number 3, it's tempting to eliminate the fractions as on our first step, but we want to distribute on our first step because both the denominators of 2 and 4 are going to be eliminated anyways when we multiply everything by +4. Four times -1/2y is -2y. 4 times -15/4 is -15. So now we're going to eliminate the fractions, and we're going to do so by multiplying each term by the least common multiple of the denominators. And the least common multiple of the denominators would be 3. So multiply every term, even if it doesn't have a fraction. -2y times 3 is -6y. Negative 15 times 3 is negative 45. 2/3 times 3 is 2y. Negative 29/3 times 3 is negative 29. So now we've eliminated the fractions, and now we're ready to move on. Again, I prefer to keep the variables on the left side to make it easier to graph in the end. So I'm going to move this positive 2y. I want to move it to the left side of the inequality. So to do so, I have to subtract it. So negative 6y minus 2y is negative 8y. Now I want to move I'm subtracting 45 from the negative 8y term, so I'm going to add 45 to both sides. Negative 8y is greater than or equal to positive 16. So right now we're multiplying y by negative 8. So we're going to divide both sides by negative 8. Now I divided both sides by a negative. So that's what makes it so I have to flip the inequality symbol. So it was greater than or equal to. It's now going to be less than or equal to. Make sure when you do a number line with negative numbers that it's still increasing. It's going to be filled in at negative 2 and shaded to the left because it's less than. And now onto the word problem. Mary Maids charges $75 for cleaning a kitchen and $45 for cleaning a bathroom. They only have time to clean 5 kitchens, but unlimited bathrooms. If they want to earn at least $1,000 each week, how many bathrooms must they clean? So let's set up a verbal model to represent what's happening. So their fee is made up of their cost per kitchen times the number of kitchens. Then we're going to move on to the bathrooms. So same thing, we would do the cost for one bathroom. And that would get multiplied times the number of bathrooms. And that amount needs to be at least whatever their total goal is. Okay, so we know the cost of a kitchen. We know the cost of a bathroom. We know the number of kitchens. And we know their total goal. The only thing we don't know is the number of bathrooms. So that's what X is going to represent. So now let's fill in what we know. $75 for a kitchen. We're cleaning 5 kitchens. $45 for a bathroom. We don't know how many bathrooms we have to clean to earn at least that $1,000. At least that's greater than or equal to. And they want to earn at least $1,000. So there's our inequality that represents the situation. And now we'll solve. 75 times 5 is 375. So first we want to subtract that 375 from both sides. So 45 times x is greater than or equal to 625. And so our last step to solve would be to divide both sides by 45. So the solution to the inequality is x is greater than or equal to 13.9. But that doesn't really make sense to our word problem. So let's answer it in context. So if the number has to be greater than 13.9, that means they have to clean at least 14 bathrooms to earn $1,000 a week. Right, we would round up because the value for x has to be greater than or equal to 13.9, and 14 is the first whole number in that solution to the inequality. That's it for our 2-1 to 2-4 summative test review. These are the problems we completed on the Jamboard in class.